Yo, ho, ho, ho. What's good, champions? Hope everybody is doing well. Hope you all are enjoying and preparing to have a wonderful holiday season with your family, your friends, and loved ones. I hadn't planned on dropping anything until New Year's Eve. Well, my nephew sent me something that will go down as one of the best reels I'll ever witness. And it's Friday, Financial Friday, as we call it here on Sats and Success. And I had to bring this to you guys because this is a banger. And it brings me back to something that my mother taught my sister and I. And I'll get to that in a moment. But the reel he sent me was about a retired man named Mr. Earl. Mr. Earl had a $12 an hour parking lot job. $12 an hour. He never made more than $20,000 in a year. And yet he was able to build a portfolio of $500,000. $500,000 on a $12 an hour job that he never made more than $20,000 in any one year. Let that sink in for a moment. This reel was powerful because, again, it confirmed something that my mother taught my sister and I. And I don't know when it sunk in for my sister. I don't even know when it sunk in for me. It sunk in for both of us. But this is powerful because in the reel, it talked about how, he's retired now and he doesn't have credit card debt. And you don't want to be burdened with any type of credit card debt when you're retired. He also had his house paid off. And see, what I picked up on was, okay, the reel showed that they actually showed a glimpse of his portfolio, and they showed the $500,000, his portfolio, but his house is paid off. So if his house is paid off, that means he owns his home, he doesn't have a mortgage, and that asset can then be put into his portfolio at a nice house. His house probably worth about $250,000, $300,000. So that would bring Mr. Earl's total net worth up to around $750,000, maybe $800,000. Again, off of a $12 an hour job that never paid him more than $20,000 in a year. Here's what my mother taught my sister and I back in the day. It's not how much money you make. It's what you do with the money you make. Say it again. It's not what you make. It's what you do with the money you make. And we got people out here that's making double, triple the amount what Mr. Earl is making, and they struggling. And they struggling because they're not a good steward over the money that they make. Mr. Earl is a perfect example. Perfect example. That 3-minute reel, because the way my mind works, I can read you his whole life when it comes to his finances off of that 3-minute reel. You tell me a guy that made $12 an hour, never made $20,000 in a year, and he's got a net worth of around $700,000 to $800,000. The man is an incredible steward over his money. What he did was he took $25. Don't miss this, champions. He took $25 every month for 15 years, and he bought blue chip stocks like IBM and Coca-Cola, which pay a dividend. He would then, instead of pocketing the dividend, reinvest the dividends back into buying more shares, which built up his portfolio over time. Boom. This ain't hard. This ain't rocket science. It's going to take some discipline. Okay? It's going to take some discipline. And it's going to take some discipline. That's it. The man took $25 every month for a year and just bought a couple of blue chip stocks that paid dividends, built up his portfolio. Come on, champions. Come on. And this is why I get frustrated sometimes. I get frustrated. I shake my head. And sometimes I'm like, man, I don't even want to give out this game because I'm like, man, people just don't get it. But then I got to breathe a little bit and I got to realize that, yeah, everybody's not going to get it. But there are some that's going to pick up what I'm putting down. It's not that hard. And it's a lot of people out here that's crying and complaining that they struggling. I got to work hard. Yeah, listen, the world is the way the world is, and that's not going to change. The macro environment is not changing. Prices of things, goods and services are not coming down. They may come down for a brief moment, but they're going all the way up like Fat Joe, all the way up. And so we got to adapt. We got to make some sacrifices. We got to have a plan, and we got to stick to that plan. Just imagine he built up his portfolio with IBM and Coca-Cola. He didn't even have access at the time when he started building and was building his portfolio. He didn't even have access to the greatest asset on the planet, which is Bitcoin. Just imagine if he was buying, if he took that $25, split it in half, bought his IBM, Coca-Cola, and then took the other half and was buying Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He would definitely have a net worth over $1 million. Definitely. Right? So the moral of the story today, champions, is this. It's what my mother taught me and my sister and I, excuse my French. It's what my mother taught my sister and I way back then. It's not what you make. It's what you do with what you make. If you make sacrifices and stop trying to go out here and buy things to please people who don't even care, and invest that money wisely. I can't tell you what to invest in. This isn't financial advice. This is my experience. If you come and sit down with me one-on-one, if you want to contact me, reach out to me, I will tell you what my philosophy is. I think from all the videos that I have in and on my channel, you know what my philosophy is. But my philosophy, that works for me. What works for me may not work for Mr. Earl, and what works for Mr. Earl may not work for you. The point is, I can tell you this. The man wasn't caught up in consumerism. The man had a very simple plan, which was to make sure that he took some of his hard-earned money, invested it consistently every single month. That's what he did. And he didn't worry about the ups and downs of the IBM and Coca-Cola stocks because in 15 years, everything is cyclical. There was up moments, there was down moments, plenty of them, right? These stocks are like a roller coaster, but over time, they say the mantra is it's not timing the market, it's time in the market. And I always say that you shouldn't buy anything that you're not willing to hold for 5 years. Heck, Warren Buffett said, if you're not willing to hold it for 10 years, don't hold it for 10 minutes. Right? But it's time in the market. So I hope this blessed you tremendously. I hope this has given you some insight into your own financial future. 2026 is upon us, and financially, champions, we can't make the same mistakes in 2026 that we made in 2025 financially. It's time for us to learn, to level up, and not trip up over the same mistakes. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Be blessed. Peace.